Let me just tell you a little kind of background about this little song. Most everybody should know the name General Douglas MacArthur. General Douglas MacArthur, as far as our military is concerned, was probably the greatest general that we've known as far as physical in the Army. But he was in the Philippines, and his troops had taken his troops had been decimated, and it didn't appear that there was any way they could recover. And he had to escape. He and a few of his staff had to escape, actually go to Australia, I believe it was. And as he was, just before he was getting on that PT boat to ride out to get on that B-1 bomber and fly away, he looked at those men, and they were just terrified at his leaving. And as he was getting on that boat, he looked at them and he said, "I shall return." I believe it was some 2 years later, he marched back on through that beach, waded through that water back on that beach, and he said, "I have returned." And the rest, of course, you know, is history. And that's how this song came about. And I want you to listen to it. Hope it'll be a blessing to you. In a far eastern country, a great general stood in tears as he watched his men face defeat. He had bravely fought the battle, though it seemed it was in vain, for now all he could do was retreat. But just as he was leaving, he turned and one last time he looked, saw the fear in their eyes. With a voice as loud as thunder, calmly reassuring, he made them this promise and saluted them goodbye. "I shall return with reinforcement. I shall return from a distant shore. March in victory, stand triumphant. I shall return. We'll win this war." In a Middle Eastern country, there on the mountainside, the greatest general was about to go away. His men had watched him give his life. On a cruel cross he died, but he conquered death and hell in just 3 days. Now that he was leaving, fear had gripped their hearts, for they knew the time had come to say goodbye. But before he ascended back to his Father, he made them this promise as he rose up through the sky. "I shall return with a shout of victory. I shall return with those gone before. Keep marching onward, stand triumphant. I shall won the war." Weary soldier, keep your courage, though the enemy assailed. Keep marching toward the finish, for Jesus will prevail. I shall return with a shout of victory. I shall return with those gone before. Keep marching onward, stand triumphant. I shall return.